Okay, so SAP have announced this Camel upgrade. We have seen a number of different periods for this, and just recently I was informed about that there was some challenges with some of the Camel expressions that you can use. And I wanted to show, okay, how is it that you can actually check this? So in the FIGAF tool, we do have a number of components that helps you. So there is something about if you're using this operators or you're using property in a filter step, it's causing some problems. So we wanted to make it easy for you to find. And one of the things you can do is you can use the FIGAF tool. So when you sign up for this, let's see here, it's normal. Um, we do have two options for you. Either you can take it on premise, which allows you to run this locally on your laptop. It's just Java 17 you need, or you can take our offering in the cloud, which runs in our cloud. It's meant for proof of concept, trial, experiments, and it's really easy to do. So what you do is you wait here and you will get an email about how to get started with this. And let me just find the email. So I got this login password reset code for my user. I'll log in with that. And now I've not logged in. If you've run it locally, you would enter a license code here. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create an agent. And to do that, we create agents. We go in and we create a CPI agent. And here I have my integration suite system running. So just take this. It's probably a good idea just to have split screen because you are going back and forth between these a lot of times. So the system ID is dev CI, and the URL we need to put in is in this integration suite URL. Now we then need, so there's a difference if it's Neo or Cloud Foundry. If it's Neo, you just need an S user and you're good to go. If it's Cloud Foundry, you need a few more things. So the first thing is we need an API key for this. So we go in here to our instances and subscriptions. We need a bigger screen. We select create, service key, process integration runtime, plan. So this is just a trial tenant. If we have demo API, and we say here it needs some roles, and the roles need to be auth group, developer, expert, and we'll just create and create. So now it's creating this. We can also, in the same time, go and create the process integration runtime. We need the next one we need is the message runtime. I guess for the case about just checking these things, it's not really important. You have demo, MSG. But obviously, the more you can create all, it just need a USB send or whatever you would be using for this. So now we can see it has created this first one. We go in, we select create, and we can view the credentials here that's been created. We just say copy JSON, go in here, press pass, next. Then we need the other one, put in user's key. Okay, let me just pause it. Okay, let's not wait. We can also just use an old one. We'll just create a new service key here. S2. And we can then view this credential here. We can copy the JSON. And we go back to FIGAF, where we then need to put in this Camel thing. We pass it and we press OK. Now comes the little more complicated part. This is where we need to create a custom IDP, but it is not too complicated. There's the guide here on how to do it. but let's just do it here. So the first thing I normally do is download this entity descriptor. Then I will go here to my trust configuration. In here, I will create a new trust configuration. I will upload the trust configuration I just created. Just call it yeah. Well, it should not be available for login. It doesn't matter, but it's just easier because then users are not uh, able to log in with this. And here we can then add role mapping. We need a number of roles. We need the PI admin. We need to create an attribute of groups and the value that's called admin. We need a role called process expert, admin, and the last one we need is PI integration admin groups. You can always also create this as a group that you assign to it, but anyway, it should give the same area. Then the next thing we need to do is we need to download the SAML metadata, keep it, and we open the file. Hopefully it's easiest to open it here, and then we take this that is SAML post live AVS trial, whatever it is. Go back to VF with that value. So now it's working. We can go in here and we can check perform the test, which will then test and check everything is correct. We can go here. We can then click Synchronize Objects, where we can select all our security artifacts. Synchronize forcefully, it does not really matter. The first time you're doing it, it is more if there's a problem with the synchronization, you need to do this going forward. And I'll download all the iflows, keep versions of this inside of the tool. And it is pretty quick. Good. So now FIGAF has a version of all the different iflows we want. We have the things called tagging rules here, so we can go here. We have tagging rules, and here we can, and here we have this list, the JSON file here. The question is, there is sometimes some challenges with this file. It needs to be on the same version, and we have a requirement to create a pro agent, process orchestration. So we just select create agent, test. It's probably not gonna work. So we are obviously not connecting to any system. Ignore and save. So now we have created a fake agent. So we can go in, we can select import, select our file here. We can select the CPI agent we want. We can select the one for test. Hopefully this will also be fixed, so you do not need to create these fake ones. Good. We can then filter on CPI. And we can see here there is 2 on the Camel properties. So we can, right now, I guess it does not matter. We can process tagging. That will then go through all of these objects and check for the existence of certain criteria. So and here it was pretty quick. On larger system, it takes a little longer time. So we can see that there is one here that has line breaks in characters, and we can see that there's 2 objects here. We can open one of these, and we can obviously open it in the CPI and see what this looks like, and see if this pattern actually exists there. So we can see this, but it's difficult to find. There's an easier way. We can browse with payload with BPMN viewer. So here we can then search for anywhere where we're using /n inside of it. We can see there's this receiver. If we go to it, we can see this receiver here. And has this problem. We can expand it and view the payload. What is it that it have? And that means if we go here, we can find this same spot in the BPMN model. And we can easily go in and we can say, hey, this is actually here. And then we obviously know we need to change this to Groovy to be able to support this. And I guess the same matter with the other one. I think it's also in this one. We can go in here. We can search for filter. So there's a number of filters in here. So this one here, we have this property. And so we also know we need to be doing something about this for handling these scenarios. Obviously, this is a lot of work to find these things, but I also think that once you have them, it is a lot easier to go in and fix it and figure out how to deal with these criteria. And obviously, once you have the tool in place, it is also a good idea to create some test cases around this, because the more you're able to test this, once your integration suite tenants is upgraded, you can run these tests. If they work out smoothly, you're good. And then you can actually validate this at a much bigger level than what you otherwise would be able to do. I hope you like this. Please hit like. Please share this inside of your team to look at this. So we do have the free migration edition that I recommend that you try and sign up. Deploy it on either your local laptop or in BTP, so the rest of the team can work with it. Explore these things, create a number of test cases, and we do also have some support for the Neo to Integration Suite for this Camel update. If you want to use it to test this, you can also get a few testing licenses for this. So let me know if you want this. Thanks for listening.